What's happening, people? Links Forte bring you another episode or another video. To see how bad my intros are. Anyway, this is another PDL battle, Pixel Dream League. This is week 12. I need to be completely honest with you guys right now. I did live record this, but what ended up happening was I forgot to turn the background music off, and so the music was loud and like I normally am. I'm kind of low when it comes to talking, but whatever. I decided to just record over the actual live footage instead of doing like a commentary over the replay. That way I can give you my thought process as well. You guys can see what's going on live. Originally I predicted him to bring Snorlax and Flygon. Instead he brought Cobalion and Garbodor, which wasn't a big deal. That means I didn't have to deal with Flygon. I mean, I had HP Ice on Heliolisk and Ice Beam on Nidoking, so it wasn't, as useful, but it was okay. I was still prepared for any and everything. Right now, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to predict what he wants to lead with. I'm kind of thinking maybe Garbodor would lead, maybe Tornadus would lead, get a U-turn off, or he may just lead off with Charizard Y, get his Mega on. Just trying to predict what I may go for. Overall, I decide Heliolisk is my best lead. I can safely Volt Switch no matter what he leads with. That will force out Charizard Y if he decides to lead there. I can get damage off on pretty much anything else as well. I am fearing Choice Scarf Jirachi at this point. So this one, I'm just psyched to get this battle started and see what he leads off with. And he leads off with Garbodor, and I'm just thinking, okay, this thing is just gonna start setting up hazards, and that's not something I really want to deal with. Now that I'm thinking about this now, maybe in the future what I need to look into is to see if Heliolisk gets any Psychic type moves, because that would actually be helpful. I don't know if it does or not, but I'm just thinking, okay, Garbodor is going to start setting up spikes. My play is I'm just going to Volt Switch out and then go, I think I went into Lopunny. We'll see in a minute. I had this battle yesterday. I had this battle on Saturday afternoon, maybe late or maybe early evening. So I really don't remember all my plays, and it's Sunday morning as I'm recording. I had a long night, by the way. But yeah, I'm just gonna Volt Switch out. I'm pretty sure I went into Lopunny here. I'm trying to decide, because he stayed in. I'm trying to decide what my best play is, but I'm sure. I'm pretty sure I went into Lopunny because it didn't make any sense for me to, switch in. No, I think I went into Nidoking. Yeah, I went into Nidoking because I figured no matter what he went for, I can hit something really hard. And then he went for the Pain Split, which I didn't even know it got Pain Split. So that gave me some intel, and I'm thinking right here, okay, what's my best play? If I Earth Power, Charizard or Tornadus can come in for free. So I'm automatically thinking that's not my best play. Sludge Wave, which would bring in Cobalion or Jirachi for free. Ice Beam, it only hits Tornadus. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, Thunderbolt has to be my best play, because no matter what comes in, I get the damage off. If he stays in, I still get the damage off, and there's not much he can actually hit me with Garbodor. So I'm just thinking Garbodor can't be staying in. I think I might be actually damage calcing against Garbodor with Thunderbolt right now, just in case he decides to stay in. But no matter what, Thunderbolt was my play. As you can see, he switches out, and then he goes into Tornadus, and I'm just like, cool. I'm expecting to have an Assault Vest, and after I see the damage, I automatically knew that it was Life Orb, which it was great to get rid of that thing. So that's one threat down. Oh man, and now I know why everybody has something to drink when they do their recordings, because oh my gosh. Now I'm just thinking, okay, obviously I can't stay in. I'm not Choice Scarfed. I have to get out of here. So I'm thinking, my best play is, like, I don't want to take a Psychic. I don't want to take anything with Lopunny. So I'm thinking my best play is to go into Heliolisk. But I am weighing my other options. I'm calcing as well to see how much damage Heliolisk can take from an Ice Beam. My Heliolisk is Focus Sash. And I did notice that, or when I calced it, Heliolisk is 2-hit KO'd by Ice Beam from Starmie with a Life Orb. So I am still weighing my options. I have Sturdy on Regirock, and I don't want to break that just yet. So I do make the decision to go into Heliolisk. I figure I can live any 2 hits, or I can live any, I think I could live 2 hits. And then I can still go ahead and Volt Switch out on anything. So he goes for the Hydro Pump, and obviously does nothing to Heliolisk due to Dry Skin. And so now I'm weighing my options once again. Should I just Thunderbolt or should I just Volt Switch? I'm thinking, he could bring in Jirachi, he could bring in Cobalion to take a Thunderbolt. He can even bring in Garbodor again to take the Thunderbolt. Because after seeing what Volt Switch did and how much health he was at after the the minimal damage of Pain Split, I know he can take a Thunderbolt. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, let's get damage on something, and let's see what this does to anything that he brings in. And he decides to bring in Jirachi, and I'm like, okay, let's see how much damage this Thunderbolt does. Maybe we can 2-hit KO it. And that's not the case. So now I'm just thinking, okay, Choice Scarf Jirachi is a thing. It's something I'm afraid of. So now I'm thinking I just Volt Switch because I can't 2-hit KO it. I don't know what I can do to Jirachi. I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't want to go into Regirock and break that Sturdy just yet. I don't want to go into Lopunny because just in case it is Choice Scarf. I'm thinking my best play is to just Volt Switch and predict after that. So he does go for U-turn, which reveals to me that he is indeed Choice Scarf, and he happens to break my Focus Sash, which is a little upsetting, but it is what it is. So now I'm just waiting to see what he goes into. I'm thinking he's either going to go into Cobalion or Garbodor because obviously he knows an electric type move is coming. And he does indeed go into Cobalion. So I just get off the Volt Switch. And now that Cobalion is on the field, I'm kind of trying to decide what it is I go into. I don't want to go into Nidoking because I don't want to take, a Zen Headbutt. I don't know if it gets Zen Headbutt, but it's not something I want to take. Sableye could be a play I make. I don't want to go into Regirock because I'm not willing to take a close combat yet. He could be running Double Scarf, so I don't want to go into Lopunny. Dragonite, it's not the time for Dragonite to come in. So I'm really just trying to decide, and I think ultimately I went out to... No, I did go into Lopunny. Okay. So I think I went into Lopunny because I wanted to just fake out, because otherwise this thing is faster than me. I wanted to fake out, get my Mega Evolution off, and make plays from there. Like, I am carrying Fire Punch for Jirachi. I don't need it for Cobalion because a high jump kick does the job, but I am carrying Fire Punch for it. So I decided to fake out, and he brings in the Garbodor. Not something I was expecting, but either way, Garbodor is going to take a fake out, and let's see how much damage this does. So after the fake out, and he reveals the Rocky Helmet. So after the fake out, this puts it below half, and it puts it just in range for a return, depending on the EV spread. Now the thing is though, what do I do after that? Because if I do knock this thing out, I'm taking Rocky Helmet damage and Aftermath. So I decided to take this thing out because I can't have it on the field any longer, and I get a crit. I'm not sure if it mattered. It depended on the roll. But let's just say it mattered because it depended on the roll. But, so now I'm just thinking, okay, this is where he brings in Jirachi, and I'm just like, okay, obviously I'm going to need to switch out. Here's indeed the Jirachi. I obviously have to switch out because I can't take any hits now that I'm so low. I mean, I'm below half. I'm probably at about 40%. And I clicked the mute button. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I'm just thinking, okay, let's just take this hit and let's go into Sableye just in case he decides to go for the Zen Headbutt. And this is the reason why I ran 2 status moves right here. He is obviously, once he revealed the Iron Head, it kind of said that he's a physical Jirachi. Even when he had the U-turn, it said that he was a physical Jirachi. And so it said that I'm gonna go, or any other situation, it says he's gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp. And this is the exact situation I was expecting, because I wanted to Toxic that Charizard. And I'm hoping that this Toxic hits. And it does indeed hit. So I get that off on the Charizard. And now the issue I'm running across is, what do I do? What do I switch in the Charizard? Like, I have not, like, honestly, I haven't been playing for differentials. Like, I think my last three battles, one was a 4-0, the other two were 5-0s. But I haven't been playing for differentials. I've just been playing. I think maybe one of them I played for differentials. But I've just been playing. And now I am kind of thinking here, I need to play for differential. Should I preserve the 6-0? And I'm just thinking, Charizard is going to kill something. Like, I could go into Regirock, but that breaks my sturdy if he goes for Flamethrower. And then I can't take a hit after that. Like, he can go for Focus Blast, he can go for Solar Beam, and then it kills me. So I'm weighing my options right now. If I go into Dragonite, it breaks my multi-skill. Yeah, I E-speed, but then he brings in Jirachi, and then I'm in the same situation to where I just switch into Sableye, and he switch back into Charizard. It's a constant cycle, and I don't want to go through that cycle. So I think what I'm doing right now is I'm calcing my best situation. Like, I am playing with the idea of Heliolisk, but in all I decided it's just best to sack off Sableye. So I just click Foul Play, or I click Knock Off, just to, you know, in case he tried to overpredict and get some damage off. But he does just make the correct play, and Mega Evolves, and goes for Flamethrower. And that is indeed going to take me out. I don't think I grabbed enough to drink. So my Sableye is down. Now the score is down 5-4, 5-4. And I'm thinking here my best play. I'm weighing a couple of my options. I'm thinking I go into Heliolisk and just Volt Switch out once again. There's a couple things that I'm figuring out. You know, obviously if I Volt Switch, either Cobalion or Jirachi's gonna come in. If I bring in Heliolisk, Cobalion or Jirachi's gonna come in, because nothing wants to take a T-Bolt. Neither one of his other two Pokemon wants to take a T-Bolt. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to think a play ahead. Like, I know Heliolisk is my play. I'm trying to think a play ahead. You know, if he were to go into Jirachi or Cobalion, what is it I do after that? Like I said, my play is to obviously Volt Switch. I'm like 100% sure he's gonna switch out because he wants to keep Charizard. It's like his wall is gone. His wall and Garbodor is gone. So that thing's not gonna be taking hits. What was his other Pokemon I took down? I don't even remember the other Pokemon I took down. Oh, Tornadus. So that wasn't gonna come in on this anyway. But his biggest wall in Garbodor is gone. So it's kind of like he has to pick the right Pokemon to take this hit. I'm not sure, you know, obviously I don't know what it is he's thinking, but I think he's trying to decide between Cobalion and Jirachi. This is one of the reasons why I picked up Heliolisk mid-season, because it gave me a pivot. I didn't have a reliable pivot before I picked up Heliolisk, so it was a good thing I picked it up. So obviously, so here's his switch, and I think this is Jirachi. So this is perfect for me because I need to keep getting off damage on Jirachi now that I know it's Choice Scarf, because I don't have anything to basically take it out in one hit. So the more damage I can get on this Jirachi, the better. And here I am trying to decide. Like I said, this entire time I'm thinking I have Fire Punch on Lopunny and Dragonite. We'll find out later. And I'm trying to decide, you know, who's my best switch in, because obviously Jirachi wasn't the best play for me because my other 4 Pokemon don't really want to deal with Jirachi. And I would have preferred Heliolisk had been the Pokemon in on Jirachi. I don't think he could have taken me out, but at the same time, I don't think I could have taken it out, but it would have given me, it would have locked him into a move that would have made it overall better for me. So I'm weighing my options. I'm trying to figure things out. I honestly, like, I'm thinking Dragonite, just the Earthquake, but I don't want him to go back into Charizard without taking any damage. But I do go into Dragonite, and this is where I find out I don't have the Fire Punch. And I would have preferred Fire Punch because I knew the sun was going to be up, and I didn't put Fire Punch on here. I opted for Earthquake because obviously I felt like it would do more damage. But that's a hindsight move, and I'm like, okay, I do have Superpower. Let's just click Superpower. We can take this Jirachi out. He makes the switch, and I believe this is where he's just sacking off Cobalion. Because he could predict the Earthquake. I think he was just sacking off Cobalion. Like, he knew I wasn't gonna. I'm pretty sure he knew I wasn't gonna outrage anything else I wanted to go for. I think this was a Cobalion sack. That's all I think it could have been. And now that I'm locked in the superpower, or I'm pretty sure he calced that to see how much that did. But either way, that's damage. He brings in Starmie. Obviously, this thing is just gonna Ice Beam. And now I'm just thinking, okay, who do I go into? I am deciding between Heliolisk and Regirock. Lopunny is pretty low, and I don't want to just give it up as of right now. So I'm kind of calking because I forgot how much damage Ice Beam does do to Heliolisk. So I think that's what I'm calking here. But I am still deciding between Heliolisk and Regirock. I don't want to really break sturdy on Regirock, so I do decide to go into Heliolisk. And I'm going to take an Ice Beam. And I'm pretty sure this kills me. Yeah, it kills me. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, what do I go to? Do I just go into Lopunny and fake out return because I'm faster and I can kill this thing? Like, anything that comes in, I think Lopunny can handle at this point. Well, except Jirachi, but Lopunny can handle it. Like, I'm saying to myself, Lopunny is a win con. Like, it's one of my win cons until I get rid of something. And I'm saying I need, because Lopunny is now the only Pokemon I have that can outspeed Charizard. Charizard wins him the game, but at the same time Lopunny wins me the game, is what I'm saying to myself. So I decide to go into Lopunny, and I say, okay, Lynx, click fake out, and then click return. But I don't do that. I pull up my calc again. This is where calcing can sometimes get you into trouble, because what I'm doing right now is I'm calcing to see how much damage I can do to Starmie. So when I calced it, I saw return damage was between 76, I believe, and 91%. I know it was 91% because I said it's a really small chance that I take this thing out in one hit. Life Orb does 10% damage. Max return does 91%. I'm playing with that roll, but at the same time, I want to predict the Jirachi to come in. So I'm saying to myself, don't fake out, just click return. Because if Jirachi, like, I wanted to predict the Jirachi switch. And a return would take the Jirachi out. If not, do a lot more damage to where E-Speed can just easily clean up. And I'm playing with this thought right now. And I decided to just click return, predicting the Jirachi switch, and he does it. And now I'm hoping for the roll. And I don't get it. Like, I think that's a low roll. That's probably the 76%. But either way, he goes for Side Shock, and I lose Lopunny. So he is even the score 3-3. And at this point, I'm thinking I can't E-Speed because I need more damage on Jirachi. Now Dragonite has become my win condition. I need more damage on Jirachi. Otherwise, it's his game to win now. Like, Jirachi is now his win condition. All his Pokemon are base 100 or higher. All my Pokemon, Nidoking is now my fastest Pokemon at 85. And I'm just trying to figure out what it is I need to do. So I decide this is the time to break Regirock's 30. And this is where I go into it. And this is one time I do wish I was just carrying weakness policy. But I decide my best play right now is because Starmie is just going to kill itself due to the Life Orb. So I decided to just get up my rocks. And this is basically, obviously, get a little bit more damage onto Jirachi. And, obviously more damage onto Charizard Y. What I did was I eventually calced it to see what I needed to do to kill Jirachi with E-Speed. I couldn't remember exactly where Jirachi was, but I knew it was at about 25 to 30%, and 2 E-Speeds was not enough. So obviously he's trying to make his play. He's trying to decide what the best Pokemon is. I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's just gonna bring in Charizard, maybe Jirachi and go for Iron Head, maybe go for maybe start going for Zen Headbutts, or I'm thinking maybe he'll just go for Zen Headbutts. I don't know what he wants to do. And so he goes into Jirachi, and I'm like, okay, cool. At this point, I was expecting Regirock to go down, but I got my rocks up, and I got, as minimal as it is, I got a little bit more damage onto Jirachi. It makes it a 2-hit KO from E-Speed from Dragonite, and he goes for Ice Punch, and I'm like, that is the best play he could have made. That is the best play he could have made. And I'm thinking he just won. Because E-Speed can't kill in one hit, and with Serene Grace, there's a good chance he freezes me. Yeah, it's a 20% chance, but I don't play with Serene Grace Pokemon, and I'm just thinking I have to E-Speed. Like, I am contemplating the idea of just clicking Outrage, but if I get frozen, E-Speed gives me the best chance. E-Speed gives me the best chance. So I just click E-Speed, and I'm looking at the bar, and I'm like, that shouldn't have been an Oko. Was that a crit? And it was a crit. Do I know if that crit mattered? That indeed won me the game, but do I know if it mattered? No, because it still depended on if he got the freeze. Like, an Ice Punch wasn't going to kill me, but it depended on if he got the freeze or not. So, you can say that crit at the end mattered. You can say it doesn't. You're not right and you're not wrong, no matter what you think. It is what it is at this point. Obviously, Choice Banded E-Speed, so Charizard Y is going to clean it up after the Rocks damage. So, that's the game. Good game, Mr. Y. Always a pleasure battling you. I preferred our last battle, even though I did lose that one, but it was fun. That last battle was fun. It was just haymakers going back and forth. Anyway, you guys, this is Link's Forte. I'm out. Peace.